I'm not a certified advice giver, so I really hope it helps. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys some advice that you need because I'm your sister now. I know you guys loved whenever I did big sister advice for shorts, so I thought why not make it a longer edition? Because you guys clearly need some advice. Whether that's boys, whether that's food, whether it's family, ask your sister Sierra. I'm here. I may not have control of my own life, but why not give some advice that I don't even take myself? Make it make sense. I don't know. It makes sense up here. That's all that matters. But before we get into that, this portion of the video is gonna be for my older siblings, like my 18 plus sisters. This portion of the video is sponsored by BELLESA. If you don't know what BELLESA is, they are a bi-women company for all things sexuality. My friends and I at BELLESA are giving away free vibrators and gift cards for vibrators to everyone who signs up to my giveaway. I'm gonna go through and show you guys a few of my favorite products from BELLESA. First, we have the Pebble. This is just the carrying case, and I love how everything is so discreet with the carrying cases. And then when you open it up, the toy is inside. The amazing part about this, it actually charges inside of the case. You plug it up here and you match these two metal pieces together and it just charges. The Pebble has both suction and vibration, but they're controlled independently with their own button. And it's built to fit perfectly inside of your hand. It has a couple different settings, but it doesn't have any of those annoying pattern modes. Next, we have the Air Vibe, which I love this packaging. Is this not so cute? Here's how it is when you open it. This one charges in its case as well, and it's also waterproof. The Air Vibe has dual stimulation. Also, it's very silent. Next up is the Demi Wand. The Demi Wand works for all body types and is also whisper quiet. You just use a button right here and turn it on. Hold it for about 3 seconds and you'll see it light up. I'm kind of thinking about using this case as decor in my room because, like, is this not so cute? If you have it beside your bed, I feel like no one will really question it. It just looks like it's a storage case. This is also waterproof and charges in the case. You just plug in the USB charger. And she's flexible, so you can get the perfect angle. And the Demi Wand also has no annoying pattern mode. Lastly, we have the Finger Pro. The Finger Pro has an egg-shaped paddle of 105 textured silicone rods. There's one button, but it has 10 different intensities. The Finger Pro is made with medical-grade velvety smooth silicone. BELLESA's mission is to empower everyone to embrace, explore, and celebrate their sexuality. Don't forget to click the link down in my description if you would like to win a free toy or a free gift card for a toy. Everyone who signs up is a winner, so use the link down below and get you a free toy. Thank you so much, BELLESA, for working with me on this portion of today's video. Now, since I've spilled the tea on where to get the best toys, let's give some more PG sisterly advice. Let's just get straight into it. How do you focus on personal progress rather than comparing yourself to other people? I have actually struggled with this when it came to like TikTok, social media. I feel like I was just comparing myself to my peers and the people that were doing social media around me, and I was like, why am I not good enough? Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? But really focusing on the bad isn't going to get you anywhere. You just need to focus on what you're doing. In my case, focusing on putting out the videos that I love and don't care what other people think. It can be hard sometimes, especially when there's people around you that seem to be doing better in whatever it is, whatever aspect of life. A big part of it is just having people around you that keep you motivated rather than that make you feel bad about yourself. If you have a friend that constantly brags about their achievements but never congratulates you on anything, maybe get a better motivating friend around. Just try to have supportive people around you or in your life. For example, I have my husband. Anytime I'm like, man, look at this person, they got to work with this brand, or I'll never be able to achieve this. Try to have someone around you who's going to be supportive and is going to congratulate you even on what you wouldn't think is a big thing. And if you don't have anyone like that in your life, just know I'm here. I'm your big sister. I see you. You're doing great. How do you and Kevin keep the relationship exciting? Traveling, self-care, movie nights. How do you keep the spark in your How do you keep the spark in your long-term relationship? That's a really good question. I feel like when you're with the person that you love, your soulmate that you connect with, I don't know, it just never really feels boring, in my case at least. We could just be chilling on the couch every night, maybe even playing video games together, and I just wouldn't get bored. Do I seek more in life, whereas like traveling, things like that? Yes, but I don't want to do that constantly. I never really get bored with that when it comes to Kevin because he's like my favorite person in the world. If anything, I'm just like upset when we have to leave each other and go to work. Not all the time, not in an unhealthy way, because I do enjoy my free time. I just feel like the spark is always there. I mean, we've been together about 4 years. Yeah, it's not like when we first got together, but it's not supposed to be. We're used to each other, but we still make time to do things for each other to show that we still love each other. I mean, it's always a little spark here and there whenever you surprise each other or do something special that you don't typically do. I feel like traveling is very fun, but we don't have to do that to still have that spark there. The spark is just something that's natural. I really hope that makes sense. At the end of the day, it's a relationship. It doesn't always have to be exciting when it comes to you and your relationship with your mom or your dad. You love them. They're a part of your life. You are always going to be there, but does it have to be exciting? Not necessarily. I hope that's not a bad answer. This is a long one, but it's well worth the read. My father passed away this year, very sudden, without warning, and ever since I've felt completely and utterly alone in this world. Even when I'm surrounded by friends and family, how do you manage to stay so positive when you're dealing with such negative situations? I've been trying to find joy in small everyday things, but that joy is so fleeting. What are some things you find helpful when coping with negativity, sadness, depression, anxiety in your everyday life? I'm sorry if this is a lot. I don't have a sister to talk about this stuff with. I just feel so lost. Any advice will be greatly appreciated. I love you and your channel so much. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you so much, Marie. That was a deep one. I don't know what the circumstances in your case were, but I definitely can understand. My mom passed away and I kind of just locked myself off from the world. I've never really talked about this, but I'm not really a talker with people. I don't really talk about this kind of stuff. I definitely know where you're at because I didn't want to talk to anyone at all. The truth is, you don't have to be positive when you're going through things like that. Sometimes the best way through it is just going through it, feeling all of the emotions that you need to feel. With me personally, when I was going through that, I think the only thing that pulled me out of it was starting to take care of myself, because I've noticed I was starting to slack on like self-care. I was falling into my depression hole. I actually started going on walks, which I hadn't done like ever. When you're going on walks, you have time to think. I was doing things like drawing. It's very therapeutic. I'm not very talented when it comes to drawing, but I promise you, just look up something that you like and draw it. Just try it. I promise you. Put on some music, put on some headphones, look up a picture. I would do anime characters and I just look up an anime character that I was like, oh my gosh, I'd love to recreate this on my paper. I just start freehand drawing it and then I'd color it and I'd spend all the time doing that. And were a lot of my emotions coming out, and I think overthinking everything? Yes, but it helped me feel all the emotions. It is nice to talk to other people, whether it be online, whether it be offline. When you're going through things like that, you're not always going to be yourself. So sometimes it is okay to just not want to be around people. At least for me, that's just how I feel. Definitely you can look up talking to someone like a therapist if you really want someone to talk to and you don't feel like you can talk to your family. I'm so sorry that you're going through this, and thank you so much for watching my channel and trusting me enough with this information. I really hope that advice helps some. Okay, how do you deal with stress of huge projects? I do animation and I procrastinate and I get stressed out. Love you, Sierra. Love you too. By the way, I just noticed my voice is like messed up because I'm kind of sick right now. Really? I'm a huge procrastinator. Even this video, I have procrastinated. I have told you guys I'm gonna make a big sister advice months ago. I have the receipts to prove it. Sometimes when there's videos I have to make, I just say, hey, I know you don't feel like making it right now. Try not to wait till last minute because that's just gonna mess you up. This is my only task that I'm gonna make myself do this day. If it's a big project, worry about this one task and you have this entire day. You can do it any time of the day. Right now, it's 2:30. That's how long I procrastinated today. But I got around to making the video, even if it's 12 a.m. Well, maybe not 12 a.m. because that'd be a different day. Don't wait that long. You get what I'm saying. How do you deal with low energy days when you just seem like you can't get anything done? This is kind of of related to the last question. Say there's a day I don't feel like going to the gym or making any videos. Guess what I do? I don't. I try to get up and at least do one productive task, whether it's washing clothes. It can even be taking a shower or brushing your teeth. Just do something productive. And if you still feel like doing nothing, don't. You deserve a break sometimes. And don't try to make yourself feel bad, because I've been there. I've done that. I've tried to make myself feel bad for wanting to take a break, but you're not a bad person for being tired, for being drained, overwhelmed, and burnout. It's okay to have low energy sometimes. How do you learn to make peace with and love your body instead of trying to change it? I've been dealing with eating disorders my entire life, and I'm only starting to get a hold of everything. Even I am only human. I don't always love my body or feel peace with my body, but now I just feel like I appreciate my body so much more than I used to. Before, I used to act like I just wanted to avoid the entire situation of my body. I wouldn't accept that I was fat. I had internalized fat phobia, but this is obviously at a young age, which we're all taught that at a young age. I think all of us pretty much hated our bodies when we were little kids because our parents were telling us to, or people at school were bullying us. But one of the first things I did in my self-love journey, I cut off a lot of people. Until I could feel comfortable enough being around them, I pretty much didn't talk to anyone in my entire family. I knew that they always had like a toxic mentality when it came to my own body. A lot of them like, oh, what are you wearing? Ooh, you've gained weight. Ooh, you've lost weight. Oh, you look amazing because you've lost weight. I just know that they're going to go behind my back and say something about my body, which I still wasn't comfortable with at that stage. So I cut off a lot of people. My second step was I surrounded myself with people who made me feel comfortable with my body, whether that be your online presence or your in real life presence. I used to delete TikTok like every other week because it started to make me feel like crap about myself and my body, because I was constantly watching skinny influencers do their TikTok dances and drink their green juices and do whatever they wanted in their life, but they were skinny, and I was jealous because that wasn't me. Are those influencers bad? No, but if they make you feel like crap about yourself, unfollow them. And then I started surrounding myself with other creators who looked like me and made me feel like, oh, I'm not the only one in the world who's fat. That's how I always felt when I was in school. I just always felt like I was the fat kid. Everyone made me feel like crap. I was always the one whose body was different. But when I surrounded myself with people that not always like looked like me, but went through similar experiences or anything like that, or I just knew it would be like a safe place with them, I just started to be happier. I don't think we realize how much of a role that social media plays in our life and how we see ourselves. Like, people message me all the time and they tell me, you've made me feel so good about my body, seeing someone else that looks like me, seeing how they dress and seeing how they're thriving in life. You're looking at people that are completely opposite of you, thriving, living their best life, and you're like, oh, well, that's what I'm missing in life. I need to look like you. So I think that that played the hugest role in me starting to love my body, the body positivity movement, and seeing social media. I have met someone with a significant age gap, and I feel a lot of scrutiny for the people around me. What do you think of age gap relationships? This is a very interesting question because me and Kevin were just discussing this the other day. Me and Kevin have a minor age gap of about 3 years. I think it really just depends on your age and how big of an age gap it is. For example, I think if you're like just 18 or 19 and maybe the person that you're dating is in their 30s, they've had a lot of life to experience. You're still relatively new. Could it work out? Yes. If your partner wasn't actively just trying to look for someone that's younger, to have like the G word mindset. I think a lot of people just kind of throw that word around these days. Sometimes I just don't think that's the case. If someone's 19 and their partner's like 23, that's not a big deal. So I just say it really depends on the age and the dynamic in the relationship. If they make you feel like you are younger or they have some type of control over you, I don't really like that. But if everything is consensual, the person's not creepy about it, the age gap isn't too big of an age gap in maturity, then I think it's okay as long as both people are consenting adults. What would you do if you had people comment on your weight multiple times in what is supposed to be a professional work environment? I work in a hospital, by the way. These people are not only commenting on my weight, but any patient that is over 250 pounds, calling them whales. It's very few people who did this, but they are repeat offenders, and I would love some advice. Girl, If you don't report them to HR right now, message me and give me the number and I'll do it for you. That is completely messed up, especially with 250 pounds. The amount of people in the world that weigh over that is very high. It's already bad enough that they're commenting on a patient that they don't even know. They don't know who they are, what they went through. They're commenting on a patient's weight, but they're commenting on their own co-workers' weight that they see every day. You better go to human resources. That is beyond messed up. I've been struggling to keep my room clean, especially with school going on. I feel too overwhelmed with homework to really get anything done. What do you do when you feel swamped? I definitely go through this all the time. If you're anything like me, when you have to go to school or anywhere for that matter, you try on like 1,000 pieces, your clothes goes on the floor or in a basket. You can't get around to cleaning it. I definitely understand where you're coming from. A day that you don't have any homework, if that even exists, I don't know how your schedule is, but I know sometimes you always have homework. But if there's ever just one day that you don't have homework, just set out that whole day to clean your room. Maybe even watch a few YouTube videos to get in the mindset of being productive. And then once you've done that big deep clean, every night before bed, just take 10 minutes. 10 minutes, really all it takes, maybe even 5, and just straighten up as you go. I mean, I can't really talk. Like, look at my bed. It's unmade even right now while I'm making this video. Think about it. Once you have that clean room, you're in that productive mindset, and it's going to help you work on your homework. It's going to help you just be more productive as a human overall, because I know if my place is clean, my mindset is clean, everything's clean. Another thing, get a basket. All the things that either don't belong in there or just need to be put up, get a basket and put it all into the basket. It'll look like your whole entire room's clean. You just have to put whatever is in the basket up. Do you ever get intense anxiety for no reason and how to deal with it? Yes, I get anxiety 24/7. One time I made plans to go to the movies. I really wanted to go to the movies to see this movie, but I got so anxious for some reason, even though I'm going to be in a dark theater. I just had so much anxiety going up there to the movies. I canceled last minute. The people that were going with me got kind of mad, but I don't think they really understood. Like, literally right now, I have so much anxiety about just going into the mall. I physically cannot force myself to do it. I just overthought every single thing. People have told me that they would love to hang out with me, and I would love that too. But I have so much anxiety that, like, I don't even have friends because I'm too scared to hang out with them, besides a friend that I just recently started hanging out with. And it's only because we were playing video games together that we were forced to talk. We ended up talking and being comfortable enough to hang out. But even now I struggle with it, and I don't deal with it. I probably need to like talk to someone. If anyone has any advice, comment it down below please for that, because even I would like to know how to get over my anxiety. Sometimes I do push myself to do things that I know that I'm uncomfortable with and I have a great time. So just think about, oh, what could be the worst if I did this thing that I'm so anxious to do? Like, what could be the worst? People say something for 5 seconds, if even that. I don't think anyone's gonna talk about you, whatever it is. Just think of the outcome and think, what is the worst it could be? But I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on that. Please comment some extra advice if you think you have any down below. What do you do when you've been heartbroken so many times and you just want to be loved? Been there, done that. The most honest advice I can give you for that is stop looking. You want to be loved so bad that you're looking anywhere for it. I mean, I'm just assuming, because this was my case, even in the worst spots, just because you want to be loved so bad. But once you start looking for that love in other people and first try to find it in yourself, go on a self-love journey, become more comfortable with yourself, find out why do you want to be loved so bad as well. And once you start looking for that love in someone else, I promise you, I guarantee you, it will come. All my life, I just wanted someone to love, a boyfriend, anyone, a best friend, someone. But once I stopped that and I focused like, hey, I'm a person who needs care and love, and I do deserve to be loved. And once I took the time to just focus on myself, I started going on walks, being more mindful of my mental health, just trying to be an overall happy person and not depressed all the time. Once I started focusing and taking care of myself, Stormy got her cute little sweater. We're twins. Once I stopped looking for that in other people and I just started to focus on myself, the love came. Kevin and I connected and we started dating and he turned out to be my husband. I promise you, it'll come when you least expect it, but you have to stop looking for that in other people. It's hard advice, but it's very true. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your question, but I think we're gonna have to wrap it up. I really hope you guys enjoy the video. Take my advice. I really hope I gave some good advice. I'm not a certified advice giver, so I really hope it helps. I love you guys so much. Thank you to everyone who left a comment. If you guys want to know where I got these from, I got them from my community tab on my YouTube channel, so if I ever do another video like this, it'll be there. Also, I recently hit 600,000 subscribers. You guys are amazing. I cannot believe in less than a year I am that close to 1 million followers. I mean, I know I'm not close, but I'm close. I think I was at like 200,000 like 2 months ago. That's incredible. You guys are amazing. I'm just like, why do you like me? Why do you trust me enough? Why do you trust me enough to be your sister? Not trying to sound like James Charles or anything, but bye, sisters. I love you, sisters. Bye.